Right friends, welcome to banking awareness class. Today onwards we are going to start a new series, that is true false. You have to identify whether the given sentence is true or false, and subsequently I will give the explanation, brief explanation pertaining to the statement. Let us look at the first statement. ARCs are required to pay upfront payment of 5%. ARCs, asset reconstruction companies. These are established subsequent to the SARFAESI Act of 2002 to free the banking system from the bad loans. A company has taken a loan and it is not paying back. Under those circumstances, the difficulties are faced by the banking system, and to free the banking system from these difficulties and to clear their balance sheets under SARFAESI Act, these asset reconstruction companies are established, and when the bank loan goes into NPA, then bank has got a choice to sell the NPA or the bad loan to asset reconstruction company. Asset reconstruction company will purchase from the bank, and subsequently it will try to get back the amount by changing the management or selling the company, whatever the way it will decide, right? So asset reconstruction companies, when purchasing bad loans from the banking system, have to pay upfront payment of 15%. If they are purchasing a bad loan, for 100 crores of rupees, they have to pay 15 crores upfront or 15% immediately, and for remaining 85%, they can give security receipts. 15% they have to pay upfront, and 85% they will give security receipts, or popularly known as SRs. Right? Look into the second sentence. Lasalgaon is the Asia's largest onion market. This is situated near Nashik in Maharashtra, and Lasalgaon is Asia's largest onion market, and the given sentence is correct. Look at the third sentence. USA is the third most populous country in the world after India and China. India has got around 127 crores of population. As in July 2015, India has got 127 crores of population. China has got around 137 crores of population. United States of America is in third position with around 32 crores of population. So most populous country is China, followed by India, followed by United States of America. Please don't forget. Look into the next sentence. The lowering of tax rates will lead to economic stimulus. Economic stimulus means increase in the growth momentum. When the economy is in downturn, more money is required in circulation so as to give impetus to economic activity. And economic stimulus in the times of economic downturn can be taken up with the following measures. One is the lowering the tax rates. When tax rates are lowered, what will happen? When tax rates are lowered, more money will be in the hands of the citizens. More money will be in the pockets of the citizens, and there is every possibility they will try to spend that money, which will ultimately result in demand, and subsequently economy will grow because of more demand. So lowering of tax rates is a part of economic stimulus. The second important aspect is increasing government expenditure is also another thing associated with economic stimulus. Increasing government expenditure is the second way to increase economic stimulus. Right friends, look into the next issue. Accumulation of current account deficit over the years will be public debt. Government borrows money from the public. Public borrowing for the year 2015-16 is around rupees 6 lakh crores. Market borrowing by the government of India during the year 2015-16 is around 6 lakh crores of rupees. Every year it borrows, because so as to finance the fiscal deficit. What is fiscal deficit? The difference between government's expenditure as well as revenue is known as fiscal deficit. To finance the fiscal deficit, government borrows money every year, which is known as market borrowing, and accumulation of this fiscal deficit over the years is public debt. Please don't forget, accumulation of this fiscal deficit over the years is known as public debt. Public debt should not exceed certain limits, because if public debt exceeds, what will happen? Most of the government income will go for interest payments. If the public debt increases beyond certain limit, the drawback of it is most of the government's income will go for interest payments, which is not good for any economy. Right friends, look into the next one. FPIs are formed based on YH Malegaon Committee recommendations. FPIs, foreign portfolio investors or foreign portfolio investments. These are formed based on K.M. Chandrasekhar Committee recommendations. K.M. Chandrasekhar was the former cabinet secretary. Because of his recommendations, this foreign institutional investors, sub-accounts and qualified foreign investors, these are renamed as foreign portfolio investors. Foreign institutional investors, sub-accounts, qualified foreign investors, these are all classified as foreign portfolio investments. If you look into the term as investments, so FPI means foreign portfolio investments, and the persons whoever invest into these type of investments are foreign portfolio investors. This terminology is based on K.M. Chandrasekhar Committee recommendations. Please don't forget, YH Malegaon Committee recommendations pertain to microfinance institutions. Based on YH Malegaon Committee recommendations, microfinance institutions were classified as separate category under NBFCs. NBFC, MFI was created separately based on Malegaon Committee recommendations, and the regulator for microfinance institutions is Reserve Bank of India. Please don't forget, FPI means foreign portfolio investment, and the investors who undertake investments are known as foreign portfolio investors. Please don't forget. Density of population as per 2011 census is 382 per square kilometer. Please don't forget, density of population as per 2011 census is 382 per square kilometer. In India, population census are held once in 10 years, and 2011 census are the 15th census, and the 16th census are going to be held in the year 2021. Right? As per the Food Security Act 2013, Food Security Act was brought. As per Food Security Act 2013, the cost of coarse grains is rupees 1 per kg. Please don't forget, the cost of coarse grains is rupees 1 per kg. Cost of wheat is rupees 2 per kg. Cost of rice is rupees 3 per kg. Please don't forget, coarse grains cost is rupees 1 per kg. The cost of wheat is rupees 2 per kg. Cost of rice is rupees 3 per kg. This is as per National Food Security Act, which was brought in the year 2013, and there are certain limitations given. 50% of the urban population, 75% of the rural population are expected to be covered under this National Food Security Act, and for the identified households, every month each individual will get 5 kg of food grains per person per month as per the subsidized rates. Right friends, look into the next one. Maximum tenure where HFCs can raise deposits is 10 years. Housing finance companies, I am not talking about banks. housing finance companies are separate. NHB is the regulator for housing finance companies. Housing finance companies, if at all they want to raise deposits from public, they have to take permission from NHB, and the maximum tenure of the deposit is 10 years, please don't forget. Look into the next one. Reducing government expenditure is a part of the fiscal stimulus. We have just now discussed fiscal stimulus is to give impetus to the economic activity. When there is a downturn in the economic activity, more money is required in circulation. In fact, more demand is to be created. When more demand is created, then what will happen? Demand for goods will be there. When demand for goods is there, then automatically GDP will increase. More demand can be created only when more money is there in the financial system, especially more money is there with the customers or consumers. And this is possible by reducing the taxes or increasing the government expenditure, right? So, increasing government expenditure is part of the fiscal stimulus is the correct sentence. Reducing government expenditure is part of fiscal stimulus is wrong. Increasing government expenditure is part of the fiscal stimulus. FEMA 1999 came into existence from 1st June 2000. This is the right sentence. FEMA means Foreign Exchange Management Act. It replaced Foreign Exchange Regulation Act of 1973. Foreign Exchange Regulation Act or FERA of 1973 was with several stringent rules, but we switched over to liberalized economy in the year 1991. Subsequent to the liberalization, it necessitated certain liberal rules as far as foreign exchange front is concerned, and to facilitate that, this FEMA 1999 was brought into existence from 1st June 2000, and the violations of Foreign Exchange Management Act are civil offences, whereas the violations under Foreign Exchange Regulation Act of 1973 were mostly criminal offences. So that means the penalties were totally liberalized or penalties were reduced under the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Trustees are for safeguarding interest in mutual funds. Definitely this is the right answer. Trustees are for safeguarding the interest of the investors in mutual funds. The main purpose of trustees is to see whether the rules and regulations are being followed by asset management companies. This mutual funds means they collect money from common people and they invest in specific stocks depending on their intuition. And in mutual funds, trustees look into the safeguards for the customers and whether the asset management company is running as per the rules and regulations or not. Look into the next sentence. FATF-GAFI is headquartered in Paris. FATF is the Financial Action Task Force. The main purpose is, it is the intergovernmental body looking into the prevention of money laundering as well as terrorist financing, and its headquarters is in Paris is the right sentence. LIC is the major shareholder in public sector banks after Government of India. This is the right sentence. Government of India's share varies from 51% right up to 70% in most of the public sector banks, and the next major shareholder in public sector banks is Life Insurance Corporation of India, which holds shareholding of around 8 to 10% in several banks. Look into the next one. Under the DRI scheme, what is DRI? Differential rate of interest. 1% of the previous year's lending should be given at 4% of interest to the poorest of the poor persons. Please correct this sentence. It should be 1% of previous year's advances or 1% of previous year's lending. This DRI scheme was brought in the year 1972. The main purpose is to lend the poorest of the poor at 4% interest rates, and 40% of the beneficiaries should be from scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. and this scheme was brought in 1972, and 1% of previous year's lending should be given at 4% interest to the poorest of poor persons. Please don't forget. Look into the next sentence. Micro, small and medium enterprises loans comes under priority sector lending. This is absolutely the right sentence. Previously it was micro and small enterprises, but because of the changes made in the year 2015, now loans granted to micro, small and medium enterprises falls under priority sector lending. Please don't forget. Look into the next sentence. For small enterprises in services sector, investment in equipment should be more than 10 lakh but should not exceed rupees 2 crore as per the MSME Act 2006. Categorization is there. What should be the micro enterprise? What is the small enterprise? What is medium enterprise? There are two categories. One is the services category, manufacturing category. In services category, micro enterprise is investments up to rupees 10 lakhs. Cost of land and building should be excluded. Please don't forget. For micro enterprises, investments up to 10 lakhs for purchasing equipment is categorized as micro enterprise in services sector. In services sector, small enterprises more than 10 lakhs up to 2 crores. Medium enterprise 2 crores, more than 2 crores and up to 5 crores. If you look at manufacturing sector, micro enterprises up to rupees 25 lakhs. Small enterprises more than 25 lakhs and up to 5 crores. And medium enterprises more than 5 crores and up to 10 crores. Please don't forget. This is as per MSME Act 2006. This bifurcation is separately done for services sector as well as manufacturing sector. Please don't forget. 2011 census were 15th from the beginning and 7th after independence. This is absolutely the right sentence. 7th after independence. And look into the next sentence. Now minors above 10 years of age can open bank accounts as per the RBI guidelines. Absolutely right sentence. Minors above 10 years age are now eligible to open bank accounts, but banks impose certain restrictions for the age group of 10 to 18 years. Please don't forget. Look into the next sentence. Bank will normally pay in cash when the maturity value of the term deposits is less than or equal to 20,000. Banks can pay in cash when the maturity value of term deposit is up to 20,000 rupees. If it exceeds 20,000, then they will transfer this amount to your savings account or they may issue check, right? But they don't pay cash if the maturity value of term deposit is more than 20,000. Please don't forget. Look into the next sentence. In a business, money required to be brought by the borrower as his own contribution as specified by the lender is margin money. This is the right sentence. A company approached bank. The cost of the project is, let us assume, 100 crores of rupees. The cost of the project is 100 crores of rupees. And the company is bringing 20 crores as their own contribution. They are approaching bank for 80 crores loan. When the cost of the project is rupees 100 crores, company is coming up with 20 crores of their own contribution, which is known as margin money. Please don't forget, margin money is the money which is contributed by the company when they are starting a project, and the remaining money can be taken as loan. So margin money is to be contributed by the company which is starting a project. Look into the next sentence. NEFT, ECS, credit card, debit card, mobile transfers constitute retail electronic payments. This is the right sentence. NEFT, ECS, credit card, debit card, mobile transfers constitute retail electronic payments. And in the stock market also, please don't forget, retail investors are the investors who invest in shares up to rupees 2 lakhs. In the stock market also, retail investors are the investors who invest in the stock market up to rupees 2 lakh. Please don't forget. And RTGS is not part of retail payments. RTGS is not part of retail payments because 2 lakhs and above are normally transferred through RTGS and they are not part of retail payments. Please don't forget. Look into the next one. For low risk customers, bank account can be opened by the letter issued by a gazetted officer with a duly attested photograph. As per the RBI instructions, if some person is not able to satisfy KYC guidelines, still bank account, normal account can be opened by the bank with a letter issued by a gazetted officer with attested photograph. This is the right sentence, but RBI has also given a rider. It is up to the bank to decide finally. Right? Low risk customers. Banks categorize all the customers into 3 types: low risk, medium risk and high risk, and the details are not known to us how they categorize low risk, medium risk and high risk. Look into the last sentence. The former name of Axis Bank is UTI Bank. UTI, Unit Trust of India, along with General Insurance Corporation and other public sector insurance corporations, started this bank, Axis Bank, in the year 1994. The bank was started, first branch on April 2, 1994 at Ahmedabad, and now the name is Axis Bank and now the shareholding is diversified. Right friends, with this let us conclude first module. Please do join for second module. Have a nice day. Thank you.